Although Pedro Pascal has been acting for almost a decade, his career has just recently taken off because of his roles in widely acclaimed movies like The Last of Us and The Mandalorian. Pascal has become Hollywood's golden kid because of his charisma, dedication to his followers, and, most recently, a keen eye for style. Even if his series sets a new HBO record for viewers, there is still a lot of information about Pedro Pascal that the general public doesn't know. Several people had turned him down, and his early life had been difficult. His list of celebrity friends includes the likes of Nicolas Cage and Isaac. There are many interesting facts about this actor from 2023, and if you are curious to know some interesting facts about him, then make sure to watch the video till the end, as we are going to show you 10 things most of us didn't know about Pedro Pascal. So without wasting any time, let's start from number 1. Number 1, Pascal is a Chilean immigrant. Although Pascal lived most of his life in the United States of America, he was really born in Santiago, Chile. His family applied for asylum when he was only 9 months old in order to escape Augusto Pinochet, the former tyrant of Chile. His full name is José Pedro Balmaceda Pascal, which is undeniably a very Spanish name. However, these days, you can find him living in the bustling metropolis of New York, where he's been a resident for about 20 years. Number 2, Pascal used to be a competitive swimmer. Pascal revealed his former career as a professional swimmer in an Ask Me Anything post on Reddit that he participated in with his followers in 2014. When I was younger, I used to compete as a swimmer in several swimming events. When I was 11 years old, I traveled all the way to Texas to compete in the state finals. After that, I started taking acting classes, and I immediately stopped doing it. I continue to feel really at ease when I'm in the water, he had said. However, he rejected the notion when Vanity Fair inquired about whether or not he had any plans to resume competitive swimming in the near future. "I'm too lazy," he said. Number 3, he was in Game of Thrones. Pascal truly came into the limelight after acting as Prince Oberyn Martell in the fan-favorite series Game of Thrones. This part is widely regarded as the actor's breakout performance. Before his tragic demise, the late prince was well known for his deft combat abilities, charming demeanor, and strong sexual drive. Sadly, he was cut down in the prime of his life. Pascal says in the 2014 Reddit thread that before production started, he was required to get training in the fundamentals of several martial arts in order to prepare for his role. He was instructed in the acrobatic martial art known as wushu, and he was also schooled in spear fighting techniques. Number 4, Pascal played The Last of Us game before acting in it. Even though HBO's The Last of Us is a realistic version of the best-selling PlayStation 3 game of the same name, it has been said that showrunner Craig Mazin told his actors not to play the game before filming began. Pascal, on the other hand, has acknowledged to IGN that, despite this, he did attempt to play the game, but he was unable to complete at least a level. Pascal said, "My nephews were watching me play, and finally they were frustrated with the fact that I was unable to finish the level, so they took my controller away from me." In spite of the fact that he was not a gamer, the actor declared that he was ready to become one. He went on to say, "I'm ready to retire and become a gamer because I believe all of our systems will start falling down, and I'll never leave home again." Number 5, he was fired 10 times as a waiter. While Pascal was a struggling actor, he barely made ends meet. So, he worked as a waiter to complement his income. Not every actor gets their big break immediately, either after they sign with an agency or after they attend their first audition. Even minor roles may be hard to come by, much less those that might be considered a major break for an actor's career. That was most definitely the situation with Pascal. He claims that he signed up with some type of representation when he was still in high school and did start interviewing straight away, but that he did not end up with any jobs as a result of his efforts. After completing his education, he found himself in need of immediate financial support and began working as a waiter. Sadly, he was not successful in his other endeavor, which included waiting tables. As a matter of fact, he was dismissed from anywhere between 17 and 20 positions related to the food sector. It was a stroke of good fortune that he was finally successful in acting. otherwise, he may still be bouncing about from job to job waiting tables. Number 6. Pascal's professional name is from his mother's, not his father's. Pascal's mother was a child psychologist. She died when her son was living in New York City to start a career as an actor. Pascal told people that her mother was never a stage parent and that she was always tremendously supportive. "I always felt like she knew something that I didn't." In order to show respect for her, he decided to switch his professional name from Balmaceda, which was his father's surname, to Pascal, which was his mother's. He went on to say that if it weren't for her, none of my accomplishments would be true. Number 7. Pascal bromance. Oscar Isaac, a fellow Hispanic major actor who has found much success, is a close friend of Pedro Pascal. After first meeting on the production of the off-Broadway play Beauty of the Father in 2005, they quickly became the closest of friends. Isaac was even referred to as the love of his life by Pascal at one point. Even so, there has been no clear sign that Isaac and he are in love with each other. Still, they even go so far as to spend New Year's Eve together on occasion. Number 8. Pascal is Nicolas Cage's biggest fan. Nicolas Cage was seated next to Pedro Pascal when Pascal gave an interview with Variety. Throughout the conversation, Pedro Pascal referred to himself as Nicolas Cage's greatest admirer. The types of performances that Nicolas Cage gave left an impression on him when he was a kid and have been with him ever since. He said, "Since he is the person who has had the most impact on my life, acting beside Nick and serving as his scene partner was one of the most strange experiences I've ever had. In fact, I can't think of anything else that comes close." Number 9. Pascal started his acting career in TV shows. In 1996, Pascal began his career in the entertainment industry. Although he has had a number of film appearances, this actor got his start on television. You may also say that his most well-known roles are from the tiny screen. He has worked in a variety of channels during the course of his career, including television, cinema, and even Broadway, where he has had acting and directing roles. But his roles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Good Wife, Graceland, and Game of Thrones were the ones that truly propelled him to the forefront of the acting world and catapulted him to a position of prominence. Number 10. Pascal is very active on his Instagram account. We are all aware that this is the topic that everyone is most concerned about, right? If you are curious about what this guy is up to all the time, you can follow him on Twitter at PedroPascal1 and Instagram at Pascalaspunk. Since he is really quite active on both platforms, you won't have any trouble finding enough information on this individual anytime you feel the need to do some investigating. When Pascal is feeling down, he likes to check out Instagram accounts dedicated to him. One of these accounts, at Pedro Pascal Fan account, has over thousands of followers and regularly posts photos of Pascal from his TV and film projects, press interviews, and fan encounters. So that's all about The Last of Us actor Pedro Pascal. What fact about him do you find surprising? Tell us your views in the comments section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next video. Until then, best wishes.